Welcome back to class. Let's go ahead and bow in. Trip. Bow. Kunye. Let's start just jogging in place just a little bit. Get some blood flowing. Get our heart rate up. Go ahead and raise your knees up a little bit higher now. Heels to your glutes. Let's go ahead and bring our knees from the inside and lift them out. Try to open up our hips a little bit. Try not to pivot your bottom foot as you do this, and try to have one foot, your toes facing one way, and go and face the other way. That way our hips open up. Hands on your knees. I want you to kind of bounce backwards with it and forward. Bounce back. Should feel a little bit on your hamstrings and forward. So go 2 times back, 2 times forward. Try to get it in your hamstrings when we go back. Just like this. Keep your back straight as you're doing this. Remember, you can do that by pinching your shoulder blades together. Now reach and up. Reach, up, up. Breathe out as you go down. And in. Don't forget your breathing. Always breathe. Feet apart, hip twists. Sink down a little bit lower with your hip twist. Go socket stretch one side and to the other side. One side, other side. Toes up one way, other way. You can put your hands down in front, or you can keep them up if you'd like, however you want to do this. I find it's a little bit easier if I just put a little bit of weight on my hands right in front. Hip circles. Doing 2 one way and 2 the other way. Head circles. 1 one way, 1 the other way. Arms out, trunk twist. From here, keep swinging. I'm going to go into windmills. Good. Now, we're going to get into our sparring stance. We're going to work on just our stepping. So when we step in our sparring, it's not going to be where our chest is facing the same direction. Our chest is going to completely face the opposite direction. So you do this because when you're sparring, you usually have your chest off to one side because you have one main target here, another main target here, and then another main target here whenever we're sparring in order for scoring. So I keep one of them back there, and that way I can easily guard it. Compared to if I'm here, they can reach these much more easily than if I have one completely hidden. So anytime we do a stepping movement, we're going to step all the way, and we're going to be facing the other side with our chest. Forward and backwards, same thing. Chests are going to change the side that they face, just like this. So I want you to do this along with me. We're going to put either foot in the rear, and we're going to step forward and step backwards. Bounce a little bit, bounce, bounce. Hands are loose. Forward, backward. Forward, back. Forward, back. Switch. Forward. Stay bouncing, stay breathing. Backward. Forward. Backward. Forward. Make sure that chest faces the complete opposite direction. Backward. Our guard switch as we come here. Right now I got my right hand in front. Left step. Now I have my left hand in front. Guard completely switches. Backward. Forward. Backward. Take a breath. Now we're going to just practice doing that footwork, but we're going to add a kick at the end. So we're going to do the next few kicks. They're all going to be done with a step forward. So I want you to watch how I do this. I'm going to do a step forward and then a front snap kick. So I step forward, front snap kick, I bring it back, and then I want to step backwards. So I'm back into that original position. So go ahead and put your right foot behind you, or left if you want to do mirror of me. We're going to do front snap kick first with that step. Ready? And now, step, front kick. 3. Set. Net. Bring it back and step back. Yes. Yes, sir. Feel good? Get over. Up. Good. And switch sides. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to step forward, front kick, and step backwards. My count. And it. 3, step, kick, back, step. Set. Net. Yes. Yes. Is it good? Get over. Up. Good. And switch sides. Take breath in and out. In and out. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to use our roundhouse kick. So start with our right leg back. Step. Roundhouse kick. Bring it back. Step back. On my count. And a step. Round kick. Back. Step back. 3. Set. Net. Yes. Yes. Is it good? Get over. Up. Good. And switch sides. Same thing. Other side. Hane. Deux. Set. Net. Dassen. Yessen. Feel good? Hero. Ahub. Yay. Breathe in and out. Next, we're going to move on to our side kick. Same thing. Step, side kick, bring it back, step back. Ready? Hane. Deux. Set. Net. Essen. Yessen. Feels good? Hero. Ahub. Yay. Other side. Ready? Hane. Step. Side kick. Back. Step back. Deux. Set. Net. Step. Kick. Back. Step back. Listen. Yes. Feels good? Hero. Ahub. Yay. Take a breath in and out. Breath in and out. We're going to do one more kick with these stepping drills, and it's going to be our push kick. So now with our push kick, we're going to do it a little bit differently. So we're going to step, we're going to push kick, drop it down in front, and then we're going to step and step. So instead of kicking our push kick and trying to bring it all the way back, we're going to drop it down in front, because if we're actually doing a push kick, we're going to be kicking and you're going to be pushing your momentum behind it. You're not going to be able to pull that kick back. If you do a push kick without the intent of actually hitting something, then yes, you can stop that kick and be able to bring it back. But if you're actually putting power into it, then you're not going to be able to pull it back. So we're going to end up taking 2 steps back after the push kick, because the push kick lands in front. Step 1, step 2, back to the original position. You ready? Hane. Step, kick, 1, 2. Deux. Set. Net. That's it. Yes, sir. Look up. Yellow. Ahub. Yol. And other side. Ready. And a step. Push kick. 1, 2. 3. Step. Push kick. 1, 2. Set. Net. Listen. Yes. Is it good? Yellow. Ahub. Yellow. Take a breath in and breathe out. And out. And turn my back to you. Trip. Junbe. Taeguek Il Jang. Taeguek Il Jang. On my count. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1. Keep. Throw. Face a different direction. Trip. Junbe. Taeguek Il Jang. My count. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1. Keep. Throw. Trip. Junbe. Taeguek Ee Jang. Taeguek Ee Jang. We haven't covered the whole form in the classes yet, so we're going to build up and then we're going to add on. My count. 1. Forward stance. Punch. Center section. 2. 1. Make sure your hand and feet end at the exact same time. 2. Right hand gets ready for a middle block. 1. Left hand gets ready for a middle block. 2. We have our opposite hand and foot. So this is what we built up to last time in the class. Now we're going to add on just a little bit more. So we're going to do a low block with our left hand. Look to the left, low block. Now from here, we're going to do a front snap kick, land, high section punch. We're in our forward stance. Our feet and our hand landed at the exact same time. And now what we do to one side, we usually do to the other side. So we're going to set up, the right hand is going to be on top, ready for our low block. Look, low block, walking stance. Front snap kick. Notice how I chambered it. It's ready for the punch when I land, high section punch. Now, from here, we're going to high block with our left arm. So the one that's out in front comes across the waist. My left foot moves, walking stance, high block. Same side, hand and foot for our high block. Now we're going to step forward, set up, and high block with our right. Let's go back. So we're going to build onto it again. We're going to start from the beginning. Tray up. Junbei. Look to the left. Low block. 1. Step forward. Punch. 2. Other side. 1. 2. Right hand goes behind the ear. 1. Left hand. 2. Look left. Low block left. 1. Front snap kick. Make sure you rechamber it. Get ready, and you control whenever you decide to do the punch. 2. Now the hand that just punched is going to be the one that low blocks. Set up. Turn. 1. Front snap kick. 2. The hand that just punched is going to be the one that blocks. We're going to do a high block. Set up. Look. High block. 1. Step forward. 2. Just like that. So now we're going to start again. We're just going to start with section 2. So we did right here, right here. So we've got our left hand middle block, and our right foot is in front. Our middle blocks are usually opposite hand and foot, at least for the first few pumse. So opposite hand and foot, left hand in front, right foot in front. Look left, low block. 1. Front snap kick. High section punch. 2. Other side. Set up. 1. Front snap kick. Punch. 2. Left hand gets ready for the high block. 1. 2. And let's go back. Right foot's in front. Left hand is in front. We just did that middle block. Look to the left. Left foot comes up. 1. Front snap kick. High section punch. 2. Now, other side. Turn. 1. Front snap kick. Punch. 2. Make sure your hand and feet are landing at the same time. Left hand gets ready for the high block. 1. Step forward. High block. 2. Good. Take a breath in. Make sure we're using a lot of power with each of our strikes. Our hands and our feet are always going to be landing at the exact same time. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over our X block. So our X block is going to be used more in a close range scenario. Say, if you ever watch MMA, you might see whenever they're clinching is where they grab, they're standing up, but it's kind of standing grappling. When one person gets the other person on the cage, they grab them and they start throwing knees. The person that's defending the knees usually uses what's called an X block. So they do this, or they go off to one side, or they go off to the other side, depending on how that knee strike is being thrown. If it's being thrown around, if it's being thrown straight up. It depends on the direction that the strike is coming from, but it's usually done for a knee strike in close range. It can be done for kicks also. But like I said, it's more typical to see it whenever you're in that close range. Maybe they grabbed a hold of you and they're striking. So we're going to practice our X block. So if you're blocking something that's coming straight down the middle or straight up, it does not matter which hand you have on top. Whichever hand you have on top, that's going to be personal preference for a straight line attack. If the attack is coming and it's on my right side, then my right hand is going to be the one that has my elbow up. It's going to be closer to me compared to the other one, which is going to be farther. It's out on the outside. Same thing. On my left side, my left arm, the one that's elbow up, is going to be on the inside. So you notice this one's on the top. If I'm on this side, this one is bottom. This one's on top. So we want to have that. It's just going to make it feel a lot more natural, and it's going to be quicker in order to be able to do it. Like I said, straight line, doesn't matter. Just move back, get out of the way. Another thing is we want it to, if we can, try to move with the strike. We don't want to just block and impact all that. We want to move a little bit. Same thing other side, move a little bit. Move. If it's coming straight down the line, maybe a groin kick. Here. So we're moving off with the kick. Instead of just meeting it, we're trying to meet it so we stop some of it, but we're moving it in case we do take a lot of that impact. So I come here. A lot of things with X blocks is they come in, and they come in close like this. They start to hit you and collapse the arms. So we move a little bit with it as we throw out our strike. We also want to make sure that we're using our outer forearm bone. We're not trying to use the back. We're trying to use the bone. If you notice when you do this, that bone, you should be able to feel it the whole way through. There's not any muscle sitting on top of the bone on the outside. If you do this and you feel it, you're going to start feeling all of those muscles. If someone's throwing a kick or a knee strike or anything like that, you don't want something impacting onto these muscles. So these muscles out here, that's what allows you to open up. You don't want anything on muscles. Muscles are going to be a lot worse than the bone. The bone is going to hurt them. Muscle is going to hurt us. So we want to always try to remember that whenever we're blocking, we block with our bones. We don't block with our muscles because that's going to be a lot more painful for us. So let's go ahead and drill this real fast. We're going to start from a neutral position. Our hands are right here. They're up. And if we go straight down the line, we move back a little bit. So it would seem that I like to put my right arm at the bottom and the left arm on top for our straight line attacks. Like I said, either way is fine. If you want to do this or this, don't worry about that. So we're going to practice this a few times. Something's coming straight on with us. If you have a partner with you, they could kind of kick right here, and you could practice being able to block it, or they could hit you with something. That's fine. So we're going to practice straight line. Move back as we do our block. Ready? Hana. Doi. Sit. Net. Yes. Yes. Is it good? Hello. Ahub. Yol. Now we're going to practice it as if the strike is coming onto your right side. So maybe they threw a left leg roundhouse kick, but it's coming onto your right side. So that's the one you want to block, which means your right hand is going to be inside closer to you. The left hand is going to be on the outside, just like this. Or right elbow is going to be the one that's pointed up. When we do this, I want you to slide. So we're going to stand in a neutral position. Our feet are in line, but as we move out of the way, our left foot's going to move, and our right foot is going to kind of slide back behind it as we do this. So I'm not going to just here, where both my feet stay in the line. As I step, I'm going to step, and my right leg slides back. That's going to get ready to basically get into a fighting position, be able to kick, counter, however, while still moving offline, and my feet aren't just trapped right next to each other. So we're going to practice it. It's coming off to our right side. Right elbow is up on my count. Hands up, ready, hana. Doi. Set. Net. Yes. Yes. Is good? Yero. Ahub. Yel. Now we do the exact same thing onto our left side. So our right foot steps, our left foot slides back into our fighting position. Ready? Hana. Doi. Set. Net. Yes. Yes. Is good? Yero. Ahub. Yo. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to call out a strike. Or I'm not going to call it a strike. I'm going to call it a side. So it's either going to be straight, it's going to be left, or right. If I say right, I want you to block to the right. So that's the side you're blocking. If I say left, block to your left. So your left elbow is going to be up. If I say straight, or I might say front interchangeably, then I just want you to hop back and block straight down a straight line or right to the front. So get ready. We're going to start in our neutral position, just like this. And right. Right. Left. Straight. Left. Straight. Left. Right. Right. Left. straight, left, left, right, right. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to attack you. So I'm going to be your opponent, and you're going to block. So if you're facing me, if I did a right leg kick, it should be coming onto your left side. So if you see me do a right leg kick or a right leg knee strike, you're going to be blocking on your left side. If something's coming straight up the middle, move back, block straight up the middle. If I kick or strike with the left, then you're going to end up blocking onto your right side. So let's go ahead and get started with this. Ready, go. Ready, go. Go. Hope you're blocking all of these. Try to see what my body moves. Usually if I'm doing a front leg kick, I have to lean back. If I'm doing a rear leg kick, I usually lean over to the side. So I want you to kind of see what my body looks like before any of these strikes come. Everyone has little telegraphs. Keep blocking, keep blocking. I want you to be able to pick out the telegraphs of people, see what they do right before any of their strikes are coming. Once you're able to read what your opponent's doing and you're calm enough and you see all these little movements, then it'll be like some of those movies where the people are fighting and they're fighting in slow motion, because you can see what's coming before they even do it or right as they start doing it. That's what we want to get to. We want to get to the point where we are able to read the human body and know, hey, in order for them to be able to kick with that front leg, they have to lean back. As soon as I see them lean back, chances are they're going to kick with that front leg because all the weight is on their back leg, so they're not able to kick with that. We want to be able to read and see all these little cues in order to be able to determine what our opponent is going to be able to do. All right, good job on that. Now what we're going to do with our X block, we're going to go off to one side. So say I'm stepping and I'm blocking with my right, or I'm blocking on my left side, excuse me. I'm going to step to my right, and I'm going to kick, front kick. Or not a front kick, a push kick, excuse me. Then I might step to my left, block with my right, kick, push kick with my right leg. So we're going to do all of them stepping. First, I want you to mirror me on this one, actually. So I'm going to move to my right. You're going to move to your left. I'm going to block with my left, and you're going to block with your right. And then you're going to do a push kick with your right leg. On my count, start in this neutral position, just like this. Ready? Hana. Move off to the side. X block. Push kick. Set it down in front. Get back to your neutral position. Doyu. Set. Step. Push kick. Get back. Net. Yes. Yes. Feel good. Yero. Ahub. Yoyu. And switch sides. So now we're going to be stepping, I'm going to be stepping to my left, you're going to be stepping to your right, and you're going to block with your right, or with your left arm, excuse me. You're going to be kicking with your left leg. On my count. Hane. Doyu. Set. Net. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Is it good? Yellow. Up. Good. And take a breath in and out. And out. Next we're going to do is we're going to work on our balance. So if you need to, you can go up to a wall and you could stick your pinky up to the wall. And that pinky will be what helps you with your balance. I don't want an entire hand on the wall or grabbing anything else. I just want a pinky if you need that. If you don't need that, and I'd prefer that you try it without that first, then we're going to do the drill. And the drill is going to be this. I'm going to stick one leg out in front of me and I'm going to pivot on my bottom leg. So I went from a front, basically like a low front kick, to what would be a low round kick. My head, my hip, and my foot are all in one line. And then I go back, making that L shape with our front kick. So starting here, that's going to be 1. We're going to do 3 sets of 10 on this. So go ahead and lift up either leg if you want to mirror me, then put your left leg up in the air. And get ready. Turn, turn, hana. Turn, turn, do. Set. Net. Dasun. Yasun. Good. Yero. Ahum. Good. And we're going to do the same thing on our other side. So we're going to lift that leg up, and we're going to pivot 1 the other way, and that counts as 1. Go ahead and get ready. Leg up. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Dasun. Yasun. Good. Yero. Ahum. Good. Good. Now, I want you trying to pivot all the way around. If you can. Try to pivot as much as you can on this. We're just working our balance while we pivot. Other side. You ready? Hana. Do. Set. Net. Dasun. Yasun. Good. Yero. Ahub. Yo. And set it down. Other side. Get ready. Go. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Try not to put that foot down in between. Yasun. Yasun. Is good. Yero. Ahum. Yo. And set it down. If you notice, that's my bad side. So I stumble around a little bit more. And it's okay. If you're hopping all over the place if you need to, it's still going to be strengthening those muscles. So that's still better than putting your hand on the wall, because putting your hand on the wall takes away that balance aspect, and you're not going to be strengthening the muscles that you need in order to keep your balance. You ready? Other side. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Dasun. Yasun. Good. Yero. Ahum. Yo. Good. Switch sides. Ready? Balance. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Dasun. Yasun. Is good. Yero. Ahub. Yel. And set it down. Good job on that. Let's go ahead and start cooling down now. Put your feet together and reach for those toes. Make sure you breathe. Don't hold your breath. Try to keep your back straight so you really feel it right in your hamstrings, maybe a little bit behind your knees. Let's go ahead and sit down. Straighten one leg, bend the other one. Reach for that front leg. Now what I want you to do from here, I want you to turn so that the blade of your foot is extended outwards. I want you to, if you can, reach your foot and then turn it even more so that your blade of the foot is pointed more outwards. So compared to it where the ball of my foot's pointed that way, I want the blade of my foot pointed that way, and I want to bring it down and turn it. You should be feeling this right here on the outside of your leg. Let's switch sides. Reach for those toes. Now, same thing. I want you to turn, use your thumbs on the bottom of your foot and your fingertips, turn your foot so that the blade of your foot is pointed outwards, and then bring it downwards. So instead of your toes pointed straight up, point them off to the side and turn. If you're not quite able to even reach this yet, you can start to do it a little bit on your own without using your hands, but your hands are really going to make the difference. You could essentially bend it, but you don't really feel the same if that knee's bent. You're not going to feel that same stretch. Where you are, spread your legs apart and lean forward, just like this. Shifting your hips one side to the other. Reach for the toes, reach for the toes. Head in and up, reach for one toe, reach for the other toe, head down, up, one, other, down, one, other, straight to the front, one foot, other foot. Go ahead, get into our hurdler's position, pop up onto that knee, slide that foot, drop down again, reach for those front toes. Towards the center. Towards the rear. Other side. Hurdler stretch. Lift up, push that heel, reach for the front toes. Towards the center. Towards the rear. Butterfly. Stand up. Hip twist. Trip. Bow. Kunye. And great job on that class, you guys.